Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hare Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Om. Param Poojya Gurudev as wrote one Hindi composition on 5 great elements. It is during the discourses on Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. In that, in 11th canto, it has got 12 cantos. In 11th canto, this story comes that the ancestors of Bhagavan Shri Krishna once met Yadu, his name is Yadu Raja. He met a Brahman, a saint, an ascetic, who are just very carefree and very fearless and very pleasant looking and very bright, even though he didn't have any possessions of any sort. So he asked him, how do you stay? How you are so happy? How you are so worryless? So he said, I learned from 24 teachers in the nature, 5 elements and some birds, python, etc. So out of that 5 elements Guruji has taken, and on that he has just composed a Hindi poem, very small, so that on that we will reflect. Akash. First one is space. पहले आकाश को संबोधित करते हैं. आकाश तत्व क्या है? इसमें शुरू में गुरुजी, in the beginning only Guruji tells little bit 2 words about this. निस्सीम निस्पंद निस्संग निराकार, देता है तू अवकाश सभी को, मना न करता कभी किसी को. निस्सीम निस्पंद निस्संग निराकार, अनिल अनल जल यह वसुधातल, सूर्य चंद्र तारे ग्रह मंडल. नदी ताल वन उपवन सुंदर, बसते तुझ में तू इनका घर. निर्विकार तू सर्वाधार, बने हृदय मेरा उदार. निस्सीम निस्पंद निस्संग निराकार, आकाश. So this space is boundaryless, boundless. It has gone everywhere, so it is Nissima. Sima means boundary, limitations. Nispanda means no throbbing is there in that, no movement of its own is there. Space doesn't go anywhere, space doesn't do anywhere, space doesn't move at all, it is immoving. Nissima, Nispanda. Also spanda means like knowing, etc., or any internal actions of understanding, that also are not there. Nissima, Nispanda. Nissanga, and it is very much detached. Whatever happens in this space, but it is very much detached from that. It never interferes in whatever happens with all the things and beings, those reside in him. Even though water is poured, rain is there, heavy rain is there, it doesn't get wet. Even if wars happen, it doesn't get any injury, etc. It is very detached. Nissima, Nispanda, Nissanga, even though it gives space for all to stay. Nirakar, and it is Nirakar, it doesn't have its own form. If you take a wooden pot, it will take that form. If it is a mud pot, it will take that form. If you build a room, it will become square with those limitations or adjuncts of the walls. So, in this way, it itself is nirakar, therefore, it can take any akar. It is formless, therefore, it can take any form because it has gone everywhere. So, as per the these conditionings, it takes that form. देता है तू अवकाश सभी को, and it gives accommodation to all. See, air that also resides in and moves in space. Fire, it also had the habitat, this space. Water, that also oceans, all oceans stay in space. And earth, and like that all solar systems, all galaxies, they reside in this space. So it gives all other things a place to stay. देता है तो अवकाश सभी को, मना न करता कभी किसी को. And it never denies that you should not stay in me, you are good or bad. It never labels, never evaluates, but freely, very large hearted, as if a great soul. This space gives place for everybody and everything to stay. मना ना करता कभी किसी को. So in the same way we can also become large hearted. They who are good, virtuous, and who respect us and love us and obey us, we behave good with them, that is no surprise. But when people are indifferent to us, ignore us, neglect us, disobey us, and even criticize us, censure us, that time if we are good to them, then that is something. उपकारिषु यो साधु साधुत्वे तस्य को गुणः, अपकारिषु यः साधु स साधु इति उच्यते. So space gives space to all. अनिल अनल जल यह वसुधातल सूर्य चंद्र तारे ग्रह मंडल. What are the factors? Who are they who get accommodation in space? That is listed, counted. Anila. Anila is this air, Vayu. Anala. Anala is fire because it never say alam. Alam means enough, sufficient. But it never say alam. Whatever you burn, the fire always wants more, it demands more. You put cloth in it, you put paper in it, you put dry sticks in it, whatever you put in that, it just devours that, and as if with his tongues of flames, he just want more. He finishes that and then again he is ready to take some more. So anala, alam, he never says alam, therefore analam, that is fire. That also stays in space. Jala. Jala means water. Water in the form of ocean also and in the form of clouds also. Gallons of waters. Crores of gallons of water is stored in the form of clouds after evaporation of oceans. And that also stays in space. Jala. Yaha vasudhatala. And this earth, this whole earth on which these all people stay, animals, people, birds, serpents, that all, and huge forests are there, so that all stays. So that earth also stays in space. Surya, Chandra, Tare, Graha Mandala, and Sun, Moon, these planets, these constellations, comets, all the things in the space. Surya, Chandra, Tare, Graha Mandala. These all solar systems and galaxies, they stay in space. So it gives space to them also. Nadi, Tala, Vana, Upavana, Sundara. Huge rivers like Brahmaputra, Shona, Satluj, Bias, Jhelum, Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, big, great rivers, Tala, big lakes, and all water reservoirs, Vana, forests, Upavana, gardens, etc., which are made and cultivated aesthetically for a king or people to enjoy that beauty of trees and fruits and flowers and creepers. So these all beautiful things reside in you. So you are the abode for this universe. बसते हैं तुझ में, तू इनका घर. They all stay in you, and you are home for them. So you house all others. Nirvikar to Sarvadhar. You yourself is free from any modification. See, all other things go through modification. The air is there, it may be polluted or pure, may be full of fragrance or deodor is there. But space remains as it is. It is very subtlest and it is free from any modification. Nirvikar, free from any thought, free from any change. So it remains as it is. No change happens whatsoever in that. On the substratum of space, on the background of space, all other things changes. The positions of stars and galaxies and this earth, inner core of earth is getting cold and sometimes volcano erupt. So in this way, but space is without any modification. Sarvadhar, but still you are Sarvadhar. You have given support to all others. If you don't support them, where they will stay? So you are the support of all. Bane Hridaya Mera Udar. And in the same way, I pray that let my heart, at least my heart, accommodate all the downtrodden, poor, diseased people, differently able or disabled people. So that all I should accommodate them all. I should accommodate them all. Bane Hridaya Mera Udar. So in this way, Param Poojya Guruji writes about space, and he says that we can learn this remaining steady and still, accommodating all, but not getting involved in that, remaining detached and unaffected by whatever happens in us. These are all things we can learn from this space, and we can try to abide in that or cultivate them in us. Then second of five great elements is air. For that air, he says, दूसरा है समीर वायु. समीर means वायु. That is another name for air. वायु कैसी है? प्रत्यक्ष ब्रह्म तो सबका जीवना, शीतल मंद सदा ही विचरत, सुरभि बहा कर पावन करत. शक्तिहीन बिनु तव जल थल चर, अनासक्त सबके संग रह कर, गर्व रहित सबकी सेवारत, असंगता का हो मेरा व्रत. गुरुजी से प्रत्यक्ष ब्रह्म तो सबका जीवन. Oh, this air is actually life force of us. When one stops breathing, we say he has gone. So it is expressed in the form of life. Sabka Jivan. So you are the life of all. Pratyaksha Brahma, and you are really a Brahman which we can see with our eyes. Brahman is that way, no form, no size, no name. So with our eyes we cannot see that. But this air we can feel. It is the presiding deity of our organ of touch, our skin. So how we feel that cold and warm, very velvety, smooth touch, or very rough touch. So air is the presiding deity of that, and you are giving life force to all, to work with organs of action also, to get knowledge with organs of perception also, and to think and remember and decide and do all the inner things with our inner instruments also. So it is the one reservoir of strength of our life. Pratyaksha Brahma tu sabaka jivana. And what are your characteristics? Sheetala manda sadahi vicharata, surabhi bahakara pavana karata. It is cool by nature. It is cool when it comes from water. Generally it is cool. Sheetala manda, and a pleasant breeze, a gentle breeze. Sadahi vicharata, and always keeps on moving. Doesn't stay at one place, keeps on moving. Even if some very fragrant and very nice flower garden is there, but there also he doesn't stay. It goes on moving, taking his fragrance. And even though a graveyard, crematory ground is there, or some other heaps of garbage etc. are there also it doesn't stop, keeps on moving. Sheetala manda sadahi vicharata. So in this way our life should also keep on moving. In life also this should happen. It should not get saturated or choked up at one place or at one thought actually. Surabhi bahakara pavana karata. And this air brings all the fragrance and very nice smells from all the trees which bear fruits and flowers like chandan, sandal, and it makes the environment, surroundings very fragrant. Thereby we feel very enthusiastic and nice. Surabhi bahakar pavana karata. In this way it helps others. Shaktihina binu tava jala thala chara. If this air doesn't give us strength, then we who stay on this land, also the animals which stay in water, jalachara, aquatic animals, and we used to stay in on earth etc., and on of course trees etc., birds. So anasakta sabake sangaraha kara. And still air also remains anasakta. Air also is dispassionate, unattached. It keeps on moving, it doesn't stop anywhere, even if that is very good. In deserts also it keeps on moving. From oceans it keeps on moving. It is unattached. And even though it takes fragrance, it gives out it that. It doesn't keep with itself. It is nisanga, anasakta, unattached. सबके संग रहकर, still it stays with all. It doesn't remain isolated. And one more very nice characteristic of air, Guruji says here, garva rahita, sabaki seva vrata. Without any expectation for appreciation or recognition, name and fame, it goes on serving. See, there is nothing as air which serves us day and night. Since our birth, we are taking air in, we are breathing in, breathing out. Yeah, even in sleep also we don't stop this breathing. We keep on breathing whole life, in whatever condition we are, wherever we are. Full life we breathe. Means the air serves us in giving this strength, etc., and inspiring us to work throughout our life. But it never claims for any recognition that we should thank it, etc. That is just involuntary. God has given that. Otherwise, we should we would forget to breathe also. God has made that involuntary action. Garva rahita sabaki sevarta. So like that air, I should also go on serving people, go on helping people, go on encouraging them and strengthening them like air, without any expectation for appreciation or recognition, and day and night, continuously, throughout my life. गर्व रहित सबकी सेवारता, असंगता का हो मेरा व्रता. And I also should be unattached or detached from whatever happens in my life. Wherever I go, I should not be attached to that place or things or people or those thoughts, those opinions. I should not get attached to anything. Ever flowing, ever clean, and full of sharing and caring my life should be. So in this way we can learn this from air. Third of the 5 great elements is fire. And fire, Guruji describes in a poet, Durdharsha, Tejasvi, Urdhvagami. Like this fire is. असह्य तेरा तेज अनल है, करे कोई अपमान क्या बल है. जीवन उष्मा का तू प्रदाता, शीत प्रकोप से तू है बचाता. तेज मुझे दे प्रेम के उष्मा, जन जीवन में भर दूं सुषमा. Very nice. To fire, Guruji addresses Durdharsha, Tejasvi, Urdhvagami. Fire is very difficult to catch hold of. Durdharsha, it cannot be got hold of easily. It cannot be touched easily. Durdharsha, Tejasvi, and very bright, brilliant, splendorous and effulgent this fire is. One day one teacher went to a classroom and she wore sunglasses. Somebody asked why. So she said, my students are very bright and brilliant. Therefore just I want to wear sunglasses. So Durdharsha, Tejasvi. So like this fire is very bright. Urdhvagami, and always going up, always progressing, always thinking higher and higher. You see flames, they never go to downward. They always go to higher and higher, that direction, Urvagami. So, in the same way, I also think of those things which are at higher and higher pedestal. I should never be thinking on petty, trifle, sundry things of life. I should always think of the great objects. Guruji says further, Asahya tera tej anal hai. This heat of that fire is very much, and it is intolerable, unbearable. असह्य तेरा तेज अनल है, करे कोई अपमान क्या बल है. And nobody dares to touch it, nobody dares to behave badly with it or insult this fire, because the fire will just devour it. Whenever there is some fire ritual or whatever we have to do with fire, we take very much care that our clothes etc. doesn't touch, sparks etc. doesn't go anywhere. Hay, stake is there, dried grass is there, or any other inflammable things. So very much hazardous. Take care, inflammable. So all warnings are there, and we behave very alertly and carefully with that. We can't be just careless with that. करे कोई अपमान क्या बल है, therefore we can insult, we can touch fire. In the same way, I should have also this brilliance of my character, brilliance of my spiritual practices, my inner purity, my honesty, my truthfulness, my selflessness, and with that I should also shine and outshine. Thus we can learn from this thing. Further Guruji says about fire, Jivana Ushma Katu Pradata. You give the warmth and heat. Warmth is always compared to love. You give the warmth. Sometimes we say that I went there and there was cold welcome. So no feelings, no spontaneous giving things, etc. So coldness is death, warmth is life. When a person comes, his life comes to an end, his hands, legs, etc. become cold. And when there is life, then there is some movement. Warmth is there. So that is the fire which gives us warmth. Our body's temperature 98 Fahrenheit. If it is not, then there is cause for worry. So in the form of that temperature, that warmth, it stays in us also. Also we feel hungry. So that is the manifestation of fire. We digest the food. That is the manifestation of fire. Jivana Ushma Katu Pradata. You give the warmth to our life. Sheeta Prakopa se tu he bachata. And when there is cold, it saves, this fire saves us from that. Once it happened that one person was, he lit that fire and then he was just getting warm there because so much cold was there in the climate. And the other person was standing away at some distance from fire. And then he complained that see, this fire is very partial. It is taking away the cold of that person but not mine. So the fire said, you also come near me. You also get this warmth. I am not denying that. If you stay there, then you cannot complain. So this example is given for knowing the God's grace. The grace of the Lord is always everywhere, and even now it is there. But if we make ourselves receptive, if we prepare ourselves to receive that grace, then we can have it. 24 hours everybody gets. An idle, lazy person also gets 24 hours, and a very busy and wise person also gets 24 hours. So, in this way, God's grace is there. Everybody gets all the necessary things: air to breathe, water to drink, and earth is given to stay, and the space is there for doing movements. Everybody has got hands, legs, body, or all organs, mind, intellect. So, in this way, it depends on us how much we use that for our benefit. जीवन ऊष्मा का तू प्रदाता, शीत प्रकोप से तू है बचाता. ओ फायर, you save others all to from cold. तेज मुझे दे प्रेम की उष्मा. You please give me this brilliance, this brightness, and warmth of love you give me. My heart should be always warm with love for others. I should be able to love all, in spite of everything. Not only because of, but in spite of. I should be able to love all. Tej mujhe de prema ki ushma. And this learning and a splendor of knowledge I should have. जन जीवन में भर दूं सुषमा. As a row of lamps makes the place beautiful, and lightings and all that also decorate the place. So also I should also give beauty to the surrounding by my love, by my existence, by my work and speech. Jana Jeevan mein bharadu sushma. I should make life of others, people, beautiful, as you make this earth beautiful because of you. I should add beauty to wherever I go, whatever I transact with. So in this way, Guruji admires fire. Now further, Jala, water, aqua. How it is that water? Tarala, amala, ati bahata, harata mala. तापतृषा दुख हरत प्रदत्त सुख परसत पथिक केतन कर अरुमुख लता वृक्ष पशु विहग का जीवन शोभत वसुधा जबत वसिंचन शीतलतादों में तेरे सन जनक के ताप का कर दो मैं क्षमा. Water is tarala, amala, ati, bahata, harata, mala. This water is flowy. It can be soluble. It is good solution in which many things dissolve. Tarala, amala, and it is clean by nature. It is clean water without any dirt. Ati bahata harata mala, and it keeps on flowing towards down. It keeps on flowing. It doesn't stay at one place. Harata mala, and it cleanses all. It is a great purifier. Water is a great purifier. When we drink body, many toxins which are created, they are just cleansed away. Also, we use this water to wash our clothes, clean our utensils, and the place wherever we stay, clean our body, take bath, clean our teeth. So, haratamala, it cleanses off others with dirt. It purifies them, and it is very cool and cold, and it keeps on flowing, and it itself also very pure. So So these are the characteristics. And then Guruji says, Tapa Trusha Dukha Harata Pradata Sukha. Water takes away the heat from others. Means whenever we are thirsty, Trusha Dukha Harata, whenever we are thirsty, there are pangs of thirst, and water quenches that thirst. It makes us inside also cool, and outside also we take bath. Tapa Trusha Dukha Harata, and the sorrow of that really goes when we drink a lot of water and keep our body hydrated. Then we move towards health. Tapa Trusha Dukha Harata Pradata Sukham, and it gives joy and happiness. This water gives joy. Just to look at sea, just to look at a big lake or a flowing river, you will just get sukoon, and we feel some divine thing in that. In this way it gives happiness. Parasata pathika ke tana kara aru mukha. When it is touched, then definitely we become very nice and clean, and especially when we are traveling. So these eyes are also have become somewhat red and hot, and our body is just covered by dust, etc. And when we see reservoir of water or river or rain, even rain comes, or in our houses we bath, etc., shower we take, so how fresh we feel. This water actually pushes us towards work. It makes us active in the slumber of night. After spending that night in slumber, when we get up and just take bath, so fresh and energetic we feel. All that ignorance and that laziness and lethargy of that sleep, that goes away, and we become active. Parasata pathika ke tana aru mukha. When we just wash our face, our body, our hands, legs with water, then whatever tiredness is there, whatever exhaustion is there, that goes away, and we again become strong and enthusiastic to walk our path. Not only us, but he says, Lata, Vruksha, Pashu, Vihaga ka Jivana, Shobhata Vasudha, Jabatava Sinchana. This all nature, in which creepers, trees, animals, birds, they also depend on you, water. Shobhata Vasudha, Jabatava Sinchana. And mainly this food that we cultivate, that agriculture fully depends on water. And when that water is sprinkled everywhere, then that earth becomes green with that grass. Shobhata Vasudha Tava Javatava Sinchana. It becomes beautiful with all plants and flowers and fruits and food grains. So in this way, this water just quenches our thirst also and helps us to have food. So Lata Vriksha Vasu Vihaga ka Jivana Shobhata Vasudha Jabatava Sinchan. Actually this water is a Vasu. Vasudha means a natural source, and from that wealth is generated. From this waves of sea, hydroelectricity, or that water hydroelectricity, when that turbines move, with that water electricity is produced. Water is used for entertainment parks also. So in this way it brings beauty to this earth and the people who live on that. And lastly Guruji says, Sheetal Tadu May Tere Sama Janake Tapaka Karado May Shama. Let me also give this coolness, this love and this thing to all people, and I should be able to remove their afflictions, their sorrow, etc. So, in that way, water is a role model and ideal for taking away the heat of this all problems of life. And as one becomes very, after quenching one's thirst and after having food, etc., one becomes very satisfactory, content. So, in the same way, I should also provide for people and bring this contentment to them. शीतलता दो मैं तेरे सम, जनके तापकम कर दो मैं शम. And I should add to their pleasance, these people's presence. In this Guru, and not only this, whatever Guruji has told, very little, but we can think on us, and whatever relevant lessons we can learn for ourselves. That depends our intellect, and therefore intellect is actually a teacher, and this mind is a disciple. So we can observe and learn lessons from which are useful to us from all this nature. Now last one, Prithvi or earth. This globe, how it is? Rasa, Dhara, Vasudha, Kshama, Mata. अमित तेरे उपकार है माता, वरन तवन को हार मैं जाता. तू करती हम सबका पोषण, हम करते तेरा ही शोषण. तुझ पर बस कर भाई भाई, बैरी बन कर करते लड़ाई. क्रोध न करती तू न पर भी, धरो क्षमा मैं भी ऐसी ही. Very nice poem, short and sweet. Guruji says Prithvi, and he gives her various epithets. Rasa, Rasa is one name of Prithvi. See, all the rasa, they means water. Actually, rasa is the guna of water, but they reside on Prithvi, so it makes it rasamay, fully juicy, fully happiness. Dhara, Dhara is another name of Vasudhara, Vasundhara, because with gravitation force of earth, it holds us, all the mankind and all the living planet stays on earth. So Dhara, she has hold us, she has held us. Vasudha, and Vasu is treasure, wealth. This earth is a treasure of wealth. Everywhere actually this treasure is there, wealth is there, but we should have the sight to see it and to collect it. When we have that intellect, we come to know, yes, from here I can collect wealth, and then we should put forth efforts, enough efforts in right direction, in right way, right time, then we can get that wealth. This salt from ocean, and oceans also stay on earth only. So many things, his Vasudha, this all diamonds and gold and silver, those mines are there that are on Vasudha, this earth, this whole flora and fauna, so that also stays on earth. So wealth is there, Vasudha. Then Kshama, he says Kshama. Kshama is forgiveness. There is nobody which forgives so intensely like earth. See, while going, if our foot touches something, some auspicious thing, then immediately we prostrate that, at least with hand. But to this earth we touch with our feet every moment, whenever we are walking or standing, and we never recognize, and we never say sorry. Therefore, in the beginning of the day, it is said that you say sorry to this earth, because throughout the day We will be walking on it with our foot only, we will be touching it with our foot only. So Samudravasane Devi Parvatastana Vishnupatne Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kyamasvame. We just do boring etc. on that. We dig it and we do throw all the dirt on it, and we build big towers, big buildings, and for that also we dig it. This earth just forgives every crime of us, and still she gives us all food to eat and all this greenery to see, everything. She gives us space to stay, make our homes, etc. Now Guruji says, therefore Kshama, he says, and Mata. Mata is mother. Really this soil, this land is our mother, because our body is made up of mainly this only, our bones, our flesh, our fat and skin and dermis. This all elements, they are from all chemicals, those are found in earth only. So when this body is left on its own, after the person dies, it just merges in soil after time. So in this way, we are born from this earth, therefore she is our Mata, mother. And not only that, but she nourishes us. She keeps us alive by providing various types of foods. And like mother, as one mother just serves her children with different dishes. Because if this one my child doesn't like, then it will eat at least another. Therefore, various dishes with various tastes. In the same way, this earth gives us so many things, sweet and sour, bitter and hot, that all things as per our wishes and variety of the food it gives, exactly like a caring and loving mother. So that we should have full nourishment through that and get health. And to achieve whatever we want, she helps us. She encourages us and she gives us rest also. Whenever we want rest, we can't just lie down in air or space or on fire or on water. We have to take rest by falling flat on earth. If we just stand, only our feet are touching earth, then we don't find rest. Even if we sit, then also less. But when we lie down completely on earth, that time we get real rest. So it is also like that mother, in the lap of which the child finds security. Guruji says, Amita tere upakara hai mata. Oh, so much you help us, and by many means and ways, and through all aeons and ages, all the time you serve me, help me. Baran to unko hara mein jata. I can't describe them, I can't explain them. I am just defeated by so many numbers of things that you do for us. तू करती हम सबका पोषण, हम करते तेरा ही शोषण. Actually, you nourish us all, you give us so much, but we just torture you and we just exploit you. And really that is happening now, you see. There's chemical fertilizers and so many things people are doing, and they are trying to grab whatever, snatch whatever this earth has. More and more they want now only. It is like that person who once got a hen which will give golden egg every day. You must have heard in this story. But he wanted lot of gold now only, so he cut it to take all the eggs. So in the same way, We try to exploit this for our indulgence. But if we do this agriculture, cultivation as a worship to Goddess Earth, Mother Goddess Earth, then slowly, slowly it will give very nice things to us. So there should be alternate crops taking, then proper organic fertilizers like cow dung, and the attitude must be like it is my mother, so I am worshipping her and she is providing food for me. It is not bhoga vastu. So puja buddhi means worship, attitude should be worshipful and not exploiting it and getting more and more for our selfish desires, greed actually. तू करती हम सबका पोषण, हम करते तेरा ही शोषण. And not only that, within ourselves also, since she is mother, we all are brothers and sisters among ourselves. But what we do? तुझ पर बस कर भाई भाई, बैरी बनकर करते लड़ाई. People sit on you, they stay on you, and but they become enemy of one another, and they fight, keep on fighting for many things. Now you see, she is mother, earth is mother, and when mother sees that my children, my sons and daughters, they are fighting among themselves, and they themselves have forgotten that they are brothers and sisters, and they are just trying to kill each other, cutthroat competition, and then how that mother will feel. So that's what we do. When you hate others and have discussed for other things, and we don't selflessly serve others, we don't feel love for others, we don't help others, do sacrifice, ready to sacrifice, cooperate, tolerate and forgive, then that mother feels very bad. That I nourish them all, they stay, they make home on me, and I give this everything to them, and see what they are doing. They are not living among themselves with symphony and harmony. तुझ पर बसकर भाई भाई, बैरी बनकर करते लड़ाई. And still she forgives us and keeps on giving food to us. So lastly Guruji says, क्रोध न करती तू उन पर भी, धरो क्षमा मैं भी वैसे ही, वही ऐसी ही. धरो क्षमा मैं भी ऐसी ही. क्रोध न करती तू उन पर भी, धरो क्षमा मैं भी ऐसी ही. And even though so much criminal behavior we do towards earth, and so much we torture us and exploit her, but still she forgives us. She readily forgives us, and not only that, she loves us by giving all the things. Krodh na karti tu, and you can just imagine if this earth is not there, and where we will stay. Just in the morning, someday in the morning we get up and open our door, and we want to go out, and we lift our leg. Then where we will put if that earth is not there? It has gone in earthquake. So we should not take it for granted, and always feel very grateful for whatever she does for us, and not only earth but all elements and all other things also. Krodh na karti tu na padmi. So I should also, Guruji further says, I should be also forgive readily to all. Whoever does me harm or whoever has some negative tendencies, to them also I should love more. It is said that when I deserve less and less love, I need it more and more. So I should be able to forgive and love all. Like you, I should be able to nourish all, not only for physical body, this food and water, etc., but for their emotional needs like caring, and also their intellectual needs like giving knowledge, improving their understanding and giving wisdom. In front of them, I should be an ideal demonstration so that they will also get inspired to be great. So these things I demand and I request you to give to me. In this way, Guruji has done this very nice poems on small poems on five elements that we reflected, and we offer this at Guruji's feet. Hari Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om, Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha.